Welcome to Daytime Ottawa here on Rogers TV. We kickstart the show with one of my favorite comedians of all time, and I'm not just saying that because he's from Ottawa. It's because I have seen him live doing his stand-up. He's absolutely amazing. He has decided to, I'm just looking over to the side here because Jon Dore is in my monitor. He was set up nicely, and now he's decided to do some moving around. Jon, how are you? How are things in Alaska?
Things were great moments ago, but my battery is running, though I didn't have it plugged in. I have 8% battery power. It's just about to go out. So the shot I had set up, I took a lot of time to prepare.
Right.
And this is what we're dealing with now. I'm now in silhouette, although it's not too bad now. You're getting a little glimpse of what's going on outside.
Weather looks decent. Good, excellent. I see you're well organized. I mean, that's nice to see.
So wait a minute. Okay, so I got to come here then.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
There you go. You're nice and centered now, Jon. Well, let's start off with a little congratulations from all of us at Rogers TV because you've been nominated for the JUNO Award for Comedy Album of the Year. Tell me how you found out, first of all.
How I found out? Well, I was asked if I wanted to participate in the announcement process. So,
okay.
My sister, who produced the album, her company Howl and Roar, got an email from the JUNOs and the CBC asking if I was going to attend and if I could RSVP the announcement ceremony in Toronto about a month and a half ago.
Okay.
And they said, just to let you know, it doesn't mean that Jon's definitely nominated, but is he going to attend? And apparently, if they ask if you're going to attend, it means you're nominated. So that's how I found out. So I went to Toronto and I got to attend actually a really lovely ceremony where, they put a lot of the government tax dollars to work. And beautiful setup. And they announced that myself, along with 4 other wonderful stand-up comedians, were nominated for my album, A Person Who's Gingerbread.
Yeah, and an interesting title, Jon. Tell me about the title of the album.
It's called A Person Who Is Gingerbread.
All right. Okay. Would you care to expand on that?
I would care
Okay.
if I could get a word in edgewise with you, Derek. The album is called A Person Who Is Gingerbread, and you'd have to listen to it to truly understand the nuance. But we live in a brave new world now. And, of course, along with most progressive people, I'm attempting to diversify and become more inclusive with my speech. And so to make a long story short, a person who is gingerbread would be much more acceptable than saying a gingerbread man,
right.
which notoriously has been a very sexist way to approach the kitchen. A person who is gingerbread is ultimately where we land, but there's a step that's missing, but you'd have to listen to the album in order to understand how I get to a person who's gingerbread.
I'm looking forward to that. Let's talk about what you've been up to because you've been filming the comedy series The Lake. It's season 2 on Amazon Prime. You wrapped that up in the summer. For those that aren't familiar, and as they should be, I was telling you that I just started watching it myself. Tell me about The Lake and how that came to be and a little bit about the story.
Okay, The Lake is a really fun show. We shoot it in Northern Ontario, North Bay, and it's an Amazon Prime show. So it's the story of a gentleman who, it explores cottage country. I'll give you a very general description. So anyone who likes going to the cottage, and it's a coming of age story for the younger generation going to the cottage. It also explores the politics of the older generation and boathouse president voting and scheming and stuff like that. It's a really fun show. I play a character called Wayne, and Wayne's a big doofus who drinks a lot. So that's pretty much all you need to know. If you like cottage country, go to Amazon Prime and watch The Lake.
A big doofus that drinks too much. You're not being stereotyped here, though, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm dumber than me as in the role of Wayne.
Okay.
So other than that. But no, I'm definitely being stereotyped. When the role came along and I got to audition for it, I knew I was well cast for sure. It would have been an easy role to portray.
You're still touring though, doing your stand-up. I understand you're coming here to Ottawa, July 21st and 22nd. Tell me what touring's been like for you.
Well, touring's been put on pause for the past 3 months because just over a year ago, I went and had a baby named Jackson. My girlfriend See, the reason I'm up in Alaska is prior to the pandemic, I came up here because I met a human woman that I fell in love with.
Oh, lovely.
That's my criteria, by the way, human and woman. I hear those two words together. I'm like, let's give
I'm
this a
in.
go, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So I move up. What do you say? So I move up to Alaska, and never thought I'd stay here. But then the pandemic hit, and I got trapped because my business, the bottom fell out of it.
Right.
And then I thought, okay, now's the time to get out of here because the pandemic, it feels like it's slowly coming to a close. But then my girlfriend went and got pregnant. I'm not going to explain how that happened.
Okay.
But it happened. And so, yeah, I went and had a child, and so now I'm really stuck here. So I haven't toured in a while because my girlfriend needs to work as well. I know in your world, Derek, you're like, no, the woman stays home. In my world, equal opportunity.
That's
right?
not true, everybody at home, by the way. That's just want to
Oh, it's not.
just want to interject there, John.
Whatever narrative you'd
Be
like.
nice,
to tell the
John.
viewers.
Listen, you're a person who is gingerbread. I don't think you're following on your new progressive personality.
I tested you, and you listened, and you applied it. Thank you for being an ally.
Okay, excellent.
So,
All right.
Anyway, so I meet my girlfriend and move up to Alaska. So when she's working, I'm taking care of Jackson, our little one, which I absolutely love. But yeah, so I haven't been on the road in a while, to answer your question, and excited to get back on the road. Next week in Edmonton at the JUNOs, we're doing a show. And then I hit the road in Whitehorse and a bunch of other places in BC. And ultimately, yeah, I'll head to Ottawa for July 21st and 22nd. So
Looking
if you don't
forward
have
to that.
plans yet for that weekend.
And that's 3 shows, right? I think you're doing one show on the 21st and then 2 shows on the 22nd. Got to talk quickly, John, about your connections here to Rogers TV. This is really, where you got your start in a way, isn't it?
It is absolutely correct. Yeah, well, I studied television broadcasting at Algonquin College. And then I thought I'd edit. That's what I really enjoyed doing, was sitting down at a non-linear editing system like the Avid and just editing because I didn't know anything else.
Right.
And then I thought, no, I started doing stand-up comedy and acting. I thought I want to be in front of the camera. And so I pitched a show to Rogers, which they did not want to do, but they had an opening for the daytime show. And so they were recasting that year. And so myself and Jennifer Reddick hosted daytime. I did the show you're doing for 3 years.
Yeah.
And in the midst of all that, I didn't like working in restaurants at night to supplement my income. So the lovely Stan Newton, the producer of this show, gave me a job as a camera operator for the business show at the time. And I ruined that.
Did you?
I didn't. Oh, I was very bad at it.
Because we don't
did
have
not
it
know.
anymore. We don't have that show. I mean, are you responsible for that?
No, it existed after I
Okay,
left, and it was
okay.
probably a much better show. But I didn't know how to lay down time code properly when I was bringing back images. So it was a whole mess. So I left that show and just focused on daytime. So I realized, yeah, I'm better in front of the camera. I painted myself into a corner.
John, really appreciate you taking the time. Thanks so much, and congratulations. I know how much you're enjoying fatherhood, and congratulations also on the lake. We'll see you here in July, here in Ottawa, July 21st and 22nd. Jon Dore performing at Yuck Yucks, and again, Season 2 of The Lake. He has just wrapped up. You can catch Season 1 on Prime Video. We'll be right back after this.